guys, and welcome back to Writer Groupie. If this is your first time here, let me say thank you for stopping by. And if you're a subscriber or someone who's been here before, thank you for coming back. Well, you guys, here we are at the end of July and almost into August. I mean, we're facing another fall season. I guess as you can tell behind me, I'm already thinking ahead. But to be really honest, I don't have any plans yet for fall. I haven't planned the end of this book I'm writing. I haven't heard back from the agents yet, so I haven't planned anything. I feel like I'm kind of at a crossroads. Have you ever been there where you haven't got a plan? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today on Writer Groupie. Yeah, so July was such a busy time trying to get pitches together for that pitch session that I went through, and then getting submissions together to send to the agents who requested materials. And here I am, the end of July, and you know what? Aside from writing a little bit, I haven't done anything. I haven't sat down with my planners and planned out the whole quarter. I haven't plotted out a new book. I haven't even plotted out the end of the one I'm currently working on, which, by the way, is the 5th book in the Mount Moriah series. I haven't gone to the end of that yet. I haven't finished writing it yet. So, gosh, I'm at a crossroads. I really am. I need to sit down and make some plans and do some stuff to get me ready for time ahead. But it's difficult sometimes when you've got all these things going on in your life and your mind is just not there. So I just wanted to have a little chit chat with you today, talk about what can we do? How can we rectify the situation when we really don't have a plan? How are we going to move forward? What are we going to do? So if you're with me on this, let's put our heads together and come up with an answer. I don't know what the answer is, so I'm just going to kind of talk it out, and you can leave me comments and let me know if you agree with what I said. So, taking a planner and looking ahead through the next quarter, we have about 8 weeks until we're at the end of this quarter. And so what can we do in 8 weeks? Well, if you can write 50,000 words in a month, which is 4 weeks, for, say, NaNoWriMo or Camp Nano, then it shouldn't be difficult for you to figure out how much you can get done over the course of 8 weeks. It would have been 12, but I wasted a whole month. So if I'm looking ahead and I'm thinking, okay, so what do I want to accomplish in the next 8 weeks? We can break that down and we can have a better understanding of what we'd like to see take place. I'm sorry for the noise, you guys, but my neighbor is using his trimmer, and so I'm not in control of what happens outside of my 4 walls, unfortunately. But let me just say this. I can take a planner and I can mark off the next 8 weeks, and I can plan how many words I want to write in those 8 weeks. And I can say, okay, I'm starting at X amount of words, and I'm going to get, say, 1,000 words a day for the next 8 weeks. That's approximately, we'll say 60 days. So 1,000 words in 60 days a day, 1,000 words a day in 60 days would be 60,000 words. Well, to be really honest, I don't need that many to finish the book that I'm working on. I'm already almost to 40,000. So all I really need is about 25 to 30,000 more words, and this book will be finished, or at least the first draft will be. So if I only need, let's just say 20,000, let's just make it easy. Then how many words would I have to write a day to accomplish that goal in the next 60 days? Hang on a minute and let me get my calculator. Okay, so by my estimation, if I wrote 600 words every day for the next 60 days, I would be finished with the first draft at about, and I'm rounding up, about 73,000 word novel, which is about what my Mount Moriah series has been running. And so all it takes is 600 words, you guys. That's a little more than 2 pages in, manuscript estimation. I think I can do that. I think I can write 2 pages a day if I would just sit myself down and devote myself to it. I can be done with the next Mount Moriah book, at least the first draft, by the end of, September. That sounds good, doesn't it? I kind of am glad that I decided to do this video because I needed to hear that. I needed to think about that. I needed to process what it would take to finish what I'm working on. So that's really exciting. And in case you didn't know, maybe this is helping you a little bit too. If you write a specific number of words per day for a period of time, you'll have a specific number of words at the end of that time. Trust me, it can be done. You can write a full-length novel in just a few months if you will be very devoted to it and apply yourself. Now, do I have to write that many words every day to get to the end of the book and by the end of September? No, I don't have to. Do I want to? I'd love to. Will I do it? Stay tuned, because that's the real question. Because as I've said before, if one or both of those agents comes back and they ask for the full, or if they ask for the full and then they come back and they make an offer to me, things will change. My life will change. And these things that I plan to do over a 2-month period might not happen, or they might change a lot. It may not be 600 words a day. It may be 100 words a day. I really cannot anticipate what that means. But I'm excited for the opportunity, and I'm excited and looking forward to the future to see exactly what does transpire if an agent should respond positively to my submissions. If not, it won't be anything I haven't faced before. And I still have this work in progress to fall back on. I just need to get started. I don't need to keep wasting days thinking about it. It's not something that I need to just sit on at this time, because I have a whole series out there and I have readers who are waiting for the next book. And if that is you, if you're one of those readers, let me just say I am so grateful for your patience. I promise you it's coming. It's coming, I promise. That and the 6th book in the series, which will be the final book in the series. I've only got a 6-book series planned. That will be coming very soon. Hopefully, at least the 5th book by the end of the year. And, as I have said, that's all, kind of contingent upon whatever else happens. So that's kind of where I stand right now. My plan is to get this work in progress finished, at least the first draft, and to follow through with whatever comes out of these agent submissions. And if something else comes up, if I decide to take a detour and go in a different direction, well, that's okay. I'm not set in stone about any of these things. I just want to have a plan. Sometimes having a plan and something to look at, something written down on paper, man, it can make things so different for a writer, rather than just kind of flitting from day to day and saying, I need to write, and then never getting in the writing chair, or saying, I need to X, and never doing it. So I want to encourage you to not be that way. Sit down with your planner or an agenda or just a piece of paper and write out the next 2 months. Make a calendar by hand if you have to. Buy a calendar already made if you'd like. And just pencil in word counts for every day for the next 2 months and see how far you get and see how you accomplish that. And challenge yourself. Make it a game. Say, I'm going to write 500 words every day for the next month. And see if you accomplish that. How fabulous would it be if you did? And think about how far you would get with your process if you did. And you guys, that's just so important for a writer to be writing. We need to be writing all the time, because that's what we do. That's who we are. We're writers. We write. We tell stories. That's what we do. And so if you're feeling a little unfulfilled, if you're feeling a little bit you can't really get yourself into that mode, try scheduling writing time for yourself. Scheduling writing time is so important. And just set aside the time and do it. That's all I can say. Just do it. Well, you guys, that's all I got for you today. I'll see you next time on Writer Groupie.